Hi, I'm State Senator Jason Allen, and welcome to Northern Michigan Update. Today we have Ray Underwood. Ray is with the boating industry and is going to give us some insights on what's going on with the boating industry in the state and some of the things that if you're a first-time boater you need to know. Ray, it's nice to have you.
Thank you, Senator.
I really appreciate you being part of our discussion today.
Pleasure to be here.
Let's start out with, give us a little bit of background of your association and how you got involved in those activities and what you do.
Well, the Michigan Boating Industries Association was actually founded in Detroit back in 1956. And one of the original purposes was promoting the Detroit Boat and Fishing Show. Well, it expanded from that, of course, very rapidly into a statewide organization. And we now have 4 different districts. With each district has its own director on the board of directors. We have approximately 475 members throughout Michigan right now, and it's just it's all about boating. That's what it is.
Okay, so let's go through a little bit about the different types of boats. I think we all know that there's like fishing boats, but then there's power boats and there's speed boats and skiing boats and what are the different types? What are the types of boats that are in the industry and what are growing? What's sort of stable? Those types of things.
Well, I think the industry right now is pretty stabilized, and as far as growing in the boating industry, I think we're going to see a leveling period here for some point in time, especially in Michigan and in Florida and some of the other states that are challenged economically right now. And I think we're going to see a leveling off. And, it's quite possible there will be some changes in the industry, as usually when our industry is cyclic and goes up and down in hills, which I've seen several of those. There will be a little washing out. Maybe we'll lose a dealer here or a marina here, but somebody generally steps in and picks that back up, and the strong are still going to be here.
Okay. Now there is within the industry, you've got these different districts. Is like the UP, do they have more fishing industry, or is it Southeast Michigan more pleasure boating? Is there any sort of characteristics there?
Well, it's pretty mixed up, whether from the UP or Southeast Michigan. Obviously, there's a larger population in Southeast Michigan than there is in the UP, so there's a varied boating no matter where you go. Southeast Michigan, you've got your sailing, you've got all of the races, you've got fishing in all of the Great Lakes and Lake Erie as well, and Lake St. Clair. The UP, I think you have the same composite makeup, just on a smaller scale.
Very good. Now, talking through, what are the trends or things going on in the sailboat industry, the boating?
Sailboat industry is been stable for a long time, and there are new hull designs that come out from time to time. They seem to be, the sailors are stick-to-it type of people. When they've got a sailboat, they stick with it. That's and it's a different life than the power boater, of course.
And then the power boats, those can run anything from, I know that somebody was telling me that we got some with cabs that where they can stay overnight, and then there's others that are pontoon boats. What are some of the trends going on in that industry?
I think the trend is in the mid-size range, 24 foot. If we just took 50 foot as a large one, the 24, 25 foot is, in Michigan, it seems to be the trend. They have a cabin, they have a washroom in the boat. It's compact, very neat, a little kitchen, and the family can go out and you take 4 or 5 people and or children in a family atmosphere and stay overnight and anchor out or dock at a marina. We have so many opportunities in Michigan. It's just hard to fill them all.
Okay, very good. And then the fishing side, what would be a typical boat on those types of things?
18 foot probably would be a typical average boat. They range from 12 foot outboard motor type to a 30-foot, 35-foot or larger cruiser rigged out for fishing, like some of the charter boat operators have. But the mid-range would be the 24, 25 foot.
Okay, very good. And then you talked about kayaks, canoes, rowboats. Is that a pretty stable industry, or is that growing also?
It's growing. It's growing tremendously. The kayaking industry, I just read an article in Time the other day that how it's expanded, and the different forms of kayaks I didn't even know. They have kayaks rigged for fishing now. So
really,
it was really an interesting article. Yeah.
Okay. Now Michigan has been one of the top. Are we the top as far as boat registrations in the United States, or?
Well, we're down to about third now. Okay. But the main reason for that is, a lot of the reason for that is, we do not register all of the boats. Non-powered boats, such as kayaks, canoes, non-powered sailboats, are not registered. If we registered all of the boats on some basis, it would not only help us get more federal income, but we'd be back up at number one in a heartbeat.
Great. Okay, very good. Now, going through sort of on the way families can get started in boating. Now, is it probably better to go to a dealership? Is it better to rent a boat to see if that's a lifestyle? How do they go about starting out into the boating industry?
I think if they would go to their local dealer, a lot of local dealers have demo days, for example, where you're a non-boating family can go down and enjoy a boat. The dealer will be able to tell you what events that are taking place that they might want to examine, what websites they might want to look up, like the Michigan Boating Industry's website is mbia.org.
Okay.
And there would be all kinds of events and where to go and educational things.
Okay. So typical sort of, you're talking about sort of a 24-foot cabin. That would be, there's a difference between inboard and outboard motors. Is that, what does that mean?
Well, an outboard motor is exactly what it says. It sets outboard of the stern of the boat, and inboards set inboard, and you have a flatter deck or a motor cover, and it's driven by just propeller driven underneath the boat with a shaft. Okay. But there
all
are
kinds of propulsion.
There are so many propulsion units out there that it's hard to follow.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so going on to, so you go, I was talking to a couple of people over in Rogers City, and they have like a trawler association that all the people that own trawlers go, you know, from Cleveland to different areas or Detroit to different areas. Are there a lot of these different sort of summer cruises that occur? Are there ways that, you know, you can go from, you know, Muskegon all the way around? Or what are the types of travel that you can do on a boat in the